以下是耶稣针对奇迹正文第7章天国的礼物第6节由警醒到平安所做的示意，请在看完奇迹正文第7章第6节之后再来聆听。You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. 你确实是有福之人，我是你所知的耶稣。Many of you are still in a state of vigilance, and it can seem tiring. If you're at the beginning of your studies of A Course in Miracles, we would say, within the first 2, 3, 4 years, you are finding that you are hopping back and forth constantly between the Holy Spirit's thought system and the ego. 你们许多人仍处在警醒的状态，它可能感觉起来令人疲倦。如果你刚开始学习奇迹课程，那么我们要对你说，刚开始的2、3年，甚至4年，你会发现自己经常在圣灵的思想体系与小我的思想体系之间来回摆荡。And this feels like a bumpy ride. This feels confusing.You may have negative emotions bursting forth when fears are arising. 它感觉起来像是一段颠簸的旅途，令你感到困惑。你可能会在恐惧浮现时有负面的情绪爆发。You may have periods, days, even weeks of feeling happy and content, feeling as if you're on the right track.And then a trigger, something someone says or does will activate the ego's thought system in you and you will feel terrible. 你可能会有几天甚至数周的时间感到喜悦和满足，感觉自己像是走在正确的轨道上，但接着你又被激怒了。某件事情或是某人的行为会启动你心中的小我思想体系，而你会对这种情况感到非常糟糕。Now, what happens during this period is a very, very interesting thing. It is that you realize that following the Holy Spirit's thought system is wonderful and listen to the egos is awful because you now have a comparison with which to have these two thought systems, how you feel. 其实你这段期间的状态是非常值得你关注的，它代表你了解到遵循圣灵的思想体系是美好的，听从小我则是非常糟糕的。因此你现在有一种比较，知道这2种思想体系带给你的感觉是什么。And so at this stage in your development, those of you in the early stages of development, we do not want you to feel badly if you go into the ego's thought system. 因此在你发展的现阶段即刚开始学习奇迹课程的阶段，我们不希望你因掉入了小我的思想体系而感到挫折。You are not yet through the period of vengeance. The period of vengeance is where you must witness and decide to change your behaviors and the thoughts that you believe. 你尚未度过警醒的阶段。所谓警醒的阶段，就是你必须看到你的行为以及你所相信的想法，并且决定改变它。For example, if you say something to yourself like, "They shouldn't have said that to me. That is wrong." If you believe that thought, you will feel bad and you will go into the ego's thought system. You have judged somebody as being bad and doing something that they shouldn't have done. 比如说，如果你对自己说，他们不该这样说我，那是错误的表现。如果你相信这个想法，你就会感觉很糟，且你会掉入小我的思想体系。此时，你断定某人的表现是差劲的，你认为他们做了不该做的事。 As you mature in your understanding, you will hear somebody say something and you will not react with the ego. You will merely observe. You will say, oh wow, that person is in their ego. They still believe in attack. I don't believe in attack. Therefore, I am not going to represent to their attack because then I am the same as they are. 当你对事物的理解达到成熟时，你会在听到某人说某些话时不用小我来回应，你会仅仅是观察而说哇哦，那个人陷入了自己的小我，他们仍相信攻击有用，我不相信攻击有用，因此我不会回答他们的攻击，否则我就跟他们一样了。This is the idea of turning the other cheek, that you do not respond to attack with attack. 这正是不予还击的观念。You respond to attack with passion, understanding, and love, because that is your power. That is where you are connected to the divine. 换言之，你不用攻击来回应攻击，你用同情、理解与爱来回应，因为这样做正是你的力量所在。这是你与神圣源头的连结。You are not connected to the divine and the infinite source. That influence and power when you dip into your ego. You are then on the horizontal plane, not the vertical plane. 如果你掉入小我，你就不会连接到神圣源头、无限力量的源头，于是你会停留在横向的世界，而不会进入纵向的世界。So as you go through your learning process, we want you to have compassion for yourself when you dip into the ego's thought system.Get yourself out of it as quickly as possible. 因此，在你经历你的学习过程时，我们希望你在自己掉入小我思想体系时，同情自己，请尽快地将自己跳出小我的思想体系。If, however, it is a strong belief that you have, such as the belief in death, for example,let's say somebody you know passes over. You may have difficulty reframing that story into a place of acceptance because you really do believe in death. 然而，如果那是一种强烈的信念，比如说你相信死亡是真实的，而你认识的某人过世了，你可能很难改变你对死亡的诠释，而用接纳的心态来面对，因为你确实相信死亡是真实的 and that will be your lesson. 那么这就是你的课题了。Anything that triggers you, anything that takes you quickly and deeply and painfully into the ego's thought system is where your work needs to be focused for a little while. 若有任何事情刺激到你，使你很快的并且痛苦的深陷小我的思想体系，那么这就是你需要下功夫的地方。你需要在这一方面用心一段时间。I am that one that you know as Jesus, and I will speak to you again soon. 我是你所知的耶稣，我们下次